Slardar before, dude, and it was not hype. They tried to carry Slardar. I wasn't feeling it.
They almost won that game, man.
I mean, almost.
And that was the Ramses carry Slardar that you're talking about.
Yeah, who cares about almost winning games? Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Slardar is not as effective as he used to be.
10 seconds remaining.
If I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't been wrong yet, but could happen this time.
True, you blindly followed EG with me.
Correct.
Although we should have been wrong on that.
No, we should not have. That was.
You should have been wrong.
Not at all.
I will say, for as well as EG has done, like, and they should be hyped about this game, but there should be some tension there still because we've never really questioned EG as a late game team.
Remaining.
Their late game is absolutely brilliant. It's their early game that they kind of have to show up these issues in.
Yeah, and let's be fair, there were some mistakes on the side of Virtus.Pro. Overall, very solid, but it was actually fogged. They pointed out to me after the game, there was a pretty key mistake by Ramses even before that 30-minute mark, where mid, he used BKB, top time-lapse, and immediately died, and was like really squandered a lot of his momentum, I guess is what I was trying to say, even ahead of that Big Rocks fight.
Well, coming down here for our next one on VP. Haven't revealed too much at all. That's what I do love about that Rubik pick. It doesn't really tell you anything. And still very useful. Hello out there, crowd.
Did I just hear you say that you love a Rubik pick?
No, I just said it's great for, you know, hiding your draft. I think that's very strategic. I mean, he's not a garbage hero anymore. After he got that active, he's actually playable now. Good.
I just like him against, like, what EG already have. Like, you have Slardar as well as Wyvern. There's nothing really bad that you're going to steal from either of them, apart from maybe Sprint. But, like, come on. EG, I want to see the cause. I want to see the cause coming out from them. Right now, we're just banning out everything which is going to be slightly problematic. The Morphling as well as the Broodmother is just understandable. More difficult to control. And there's our first one. So
I was just about to say, we gave a lot of love to Universe when we were talking about that game, obviously deserving that MVP vote, but Pasha in that last match was spectacular on his off-lane puck after getting pressured in lane early.
I mean, absolutely. Even in that Roach fight that we saw in the replay, I mean, just doing these impossible jump-ins and getting kills and still making it out alive. I mean, talk about two guys to watch is definitely the Pasha versus Universe in this series, but seeing him on the puck is great. More silences, more damage.
What do you take here? Do you take LD or Nature's Prophet on the side of UG?
You know, you could actually slide Slardar over into the 3 and take Earth Spirit, but yeah, I like the Prophet a lot.
You can take Nyx offline too.
Tidehunter.
Tide, okay. All right,
which is interesting because VP obviously have one of the better heroes against the Tidehunter and the Rubik. So in China, the counter to Tidehunter is Slark, if people are wondering. I think I heard you guys talk about the panel, like why they banned Slark, and it's not because it's like, it's not just because it's a movie hero, but it's also because the interaction between Slark, you can't escape the leash even if you're cracking it off, and he just steals stats from you. You just die really quickly.
Yeah, which he uses to kill the rest of your team. So less about killing the Tide, more about murdering.
Yeah, you just like you get like 50 stacks and then you pop.
10 seconds remaining.
Anyway, so VP's gonna pick up the gyro. They have run gyro several times in the past. Maybe they're trying to show EG how it's done, or win that early game with the gyro and give them some tips there.
It's just making for a great team fight all around for Virtus.Pro. Like the gyro and the puck synergy is wonderful. Rubik in the middle of all that, stealing if he can. Ravage is going to give VP far superiority, and then you got the vision game with the Night Stalker. Evil Genius's answer back was something a little bit tankier, but also I wonder, like we were talking about the early game of Evil Geniuses struggling every now and then. They have to shore it up. Lycan, Arteezy, I don't think he wants to relive that game as Lycan yesterday.
It's different though. He's not against a Brew this time.
True.
He's against most likely a Puck.
Unless they push Puck into the mid lane for no one, and then the Brewmaster last pick.
Still the concern to me, VP got a really good look yesterday in that Secret versus Newbie game of how to play around these long cooldown ultimates. Secret were against a Winter Wyvern as well as a Tidehunter played by KP, and it just felt like they were patient. They waited out the Exorcism from SCCC, the Winter's Curse, and the Ravage, and then just re-engaged and basically out-sustained them. I see that same potential here in this Virtus.Pro lineup.
If I was VP, I would take like Storm or DK.
I don't.
Conceptually, as a hero, like this hero's not meant to. It's not meant to team fight, which is what they did with it yesterday. But I think no one learned from that because when the newbie guys were talking about it, they felt like he should just split pushed and he could have won that game. Just to kind of give some more insight. Like they felt like if he doesn't take any fights there, eventually he just scales and wins that game.
Yep.
And I think it can be similar in this. Because what bothers Storm more than just like basic stuns is the ability to catch. So they banned the DK, which was my other suggestion, which I think makes a lot of sense. Like if you think about Starter's Amp, who works well against that, doesn't really care.
Can you actually block both by picking up the Storm Spirit as well, or does that work with the EG lineup?
I think it's a little bit rougher if EG has Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
Storm is, contrary to popular belief, it's kind of okay against Puck, but it's really annoying to play against Night Stalker.
Yeah, Prophet.
I think that's way more stable against the 2 silences.
Yeah.
DP. The other thing about DK, we've mentioned this before, but that is possibly statistically no one's best hero.
What?
Yeah.
45 and 17.
Oh.
10
VP
seconds
seem to have made up
remaining.
their mind. They just haven't pushed the button.
Tinker.
And there it is,
Choose your
Tinker.
hero.
Tinker. Wow. Okay. What do you think about the Tinker versus DP mid, Blitz? Quickly.
I think Tinker's fine against DP. I think it works both ways, but Tinker should be okay.
It's a lot of magical pop damage from VP.
All right. Once again, pretty close draft here. That's a good point, Toby. I think the Death Prophet has to worry about the burst. Who are you going to go with, my friend?
I'm going to lean towards Virtus.Pro again. Primary reasons, I just think they're going to have pop and global control, and I don't know if EG is going to be able to fight into it.
VP.
I gotta go for VP too. I feel like Rubik's too good in this game.
Once again, I don't think this is representative because I actually think the drafts are pretty close, but I do like VP to win this game, so I'm going to go in that direction. We're going to make it a clean sweep. Can VP stay alive? One of the favorites coming into this tournament already here in day 2, fighting for their tournament lives, needing a win against EG to force game 3 and to bring you all the action. Once again, we've got Fog and OD Pixel.
Thank you very much, Nahaz, and here we have a game 2 of VP versus EG, and a little bit of a switch-ups in the drafts in the way that the teams want to play the game. So this time around, EG with the DP, with the Lycan, they had a very rough early game in game 1. This time around, they're looking to make sure that they can secure a strong early game. They don't want to push this late, though, because VP on the other side, they've got the Gyro, they've got the Tinker. They're going to look to stall it out this time around, and we may see sort of similar events, but the other way around this time.
What am I here for? Perfectly summed up, Owen. Good job, dude.
Such a flap. Oh, what do you reckon?
No,
what do you reckon this?
I like the points you made. It's very true. That's pretty much what it looks like to me as well. EG, they have this Death Prophet to push, Lycan to push, take advantage of Roshan with the Corrosive Haze. While you look at VP's side, they want to be a little bit more farm heavy. Sure, they can take fights and they can get a little bit of an advantage early game because of that Night Stalker, but it will be a little bit harder.
Without any further ado, let's get in and familiarise ourselves with the lineups. On VP, we'll have Ramses in the position 1 gyrocopter solo around the map on the Night Stalker, actually, in fact, himself. Lil on the Rubik, something I feel that we don't get to see as much as we would like to. It's going to be exciting. No one on the Tinker mid, and finally for VP, 9 Pasha once again on the puck. Had a very solid showing last game despite the loss. We'll see if we can do it again here. And over on EG, Arteezy struggled on the Lycan the other day. He's going to try it again this time round. See if the situation could certainly look to be a little bit better for him. And Samael on the mid DP. Universe, great game. Wyvern. Finally, crit. Slither around and make the plays. Slaughter, what's going on here?
They're just having
advertising?
Fun. They're just being nice. They're advertising for each other. They're
Twith.tv.
They're just having a good
Twitch,
time,
if
man.
you have a lisp. Twith. Crit will make sure that you, ladies and gentlemen, know where to find Samael in his downtime on his stream. Of course, all of these, a large majority of these players do prefer for the stream.
Let's get moving.
Looks like EG might take a page out of Liquid's book here, and they're going to send Arteezy safe lane, but looks like the supports are going to be playing around the other lanes for the most part and leave him kind of in a 1v1 matchup. We've seen Matu do it several times on the Lycan, so it does seem like that will be probably what they want to do, and I say then Fear actually ports top, so he wants to secure it a bit more. Pasha looks like he wants to cut the creep wave, should be able to successfully do that.
Nice mid lane. Now, we'll have crit in the neighborhood. Let's see how this 2-on-2 goes down. Tinker DP, Rubik, Slada, and this straight mid. Up top, Passion, did you say, getting successful to take quite a bit of a beating.
Yeah, the Arctic Burn early on is pretty ridiculous how much damage you can do. but he does get the successful pull behind the tower, so he will limit a bit of Arteezy's farm. But Arteezy did the same thing. He pulled the creeps actually behind the tower. See, it's a really smart thing to do when you are playing versus someone who cuts the creep wave. You have to do something like this, or you're going to miss a lot of last hits.
Fixered. Mid lane so far. CS off the back of the first wave. Pretty even between the two mids. Grab onto somehow.
Oh, he's under the tower too, but the creep does die. One hit goes on him from the tower. No one does have laser rocket, but they can't get close enough to burst him down.
Lane unit. Allow him to deal with Solo. Just trying to get those pulls as well.
Doing the same thing. Got like a mirror coming out from both sides. G supports make their way top.
Eyes on Pasha. Tricky kill.
Oh,
with the orb still there.
Dodges both Arctic Burn ticks. Both in the face ship and the orb. Very nicely done by Pasha. He would have died, but still a nice little cheeky play.
Game 1, he had a great showing on the puck when he was farming sort of 1v1 against Arteezy. And so far so good. 5 for 3 against the 4 for 3. Pasha finding a lot of that lane as well.
Pasha's putting a lot of pressure on Arteezy up top.
Oh, look at this mid lane wraparound from Solo. He's got a DD rune looking for Sumail. Sumail will be able to back up and hide in the trees. So Solo might find the angle that he wants to go in.
Look at this creep wave Pasha's got going here. Triple range creep. Putting a lot of pressure onto Arteezy. Arteezy forced to use the salve right away. So yeah, look at the last hits already. VP got a bit ahead in the start of this one, having that dual range mid, punishing Sumail. And Gyrocopter versus Tide, also favorable for VP. And Ramses is a bit different than Arteezy is with the Gyrocopter. He tends to actually always go for the rocket barrage biz, while we see Arteezy, he goes the missile and the flak heading exclusively.
Top Pasha. Again, just toying with them, playing around.
Nice cancel by Crit.
Yeah, Crit. Able to outplay there with the crush.
First blood. And now.
Not have face shifting or back. First blood. Lane, Lil. Drag back onto Sumail. Spirit Siphon. Should be enough to keep him more than safe. Backs away. Definitely, as you mentioned, the fact that this Gyro, 24 and 11, he's getting everything out of this bottom lane. Evidently, Arteezy suffering a little bit with CSing the pressure of Pasha.
Yeah, I know you'd said in the beginning too, but I just realized it just like clicked in my head. Solo's playing Night Stalker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Lil's playing Rubik. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
it took me a moment actually just to.
I mean, because I was in the past, we've seen Lil do some great things on the Rubik.
Yes.
Sort of a long time ago, I remember some stuff like back at the Frankfurt Major.
Yeah, I think it comes down to farm priority in this one. They want to have the Rubik more farmed than the Night Stalker, so we can get those steals off on the Exorcism.
Ramses down.
Wow.
And Fear make the rotation. The Upper Universe. They take Ramses out, they catch him whilst the supports are elsewhere for VP. They're starting to move around towards mid. You see an opening, and they capitalize on it.
That Gush leveling, level 3.
MVP going in on Sumail, and as soon as they lose their core down bottom, they'll take a core in mid. Solo, the rotation, fantastic use of the first night. Guys on Crit as well.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Has Fear around as well. And so Solo will not continue. But yeah, Solo just trying to maximize what he can get done during this first night. Looks back towards mid lane. A second time in a row would be beautiful for VP. They have the drag back. They have the damage. The Siphon is not enough to save Sumail. A second pick off on mid. Solo. I mean, that is the truth. The first night, you kill the mid twice.
Yeah, this might be the most farm we'll see Solo in a long time. He's already at like 1,500 net worth. He's got the last 2 kills.
Fool me once.
Yeah.
Me twice.
That's Sumail having no TP up to go back to the mid lane too.
DC.
Perfectly executed. Yeah.
For no one. Arteezy's getting a bit of a chance to catch back up, but he's still behind that farm of Ramses.
Yep.
Again, I mean, we saw in game 1, VP just seemed to be very comfortable with the movements in the laning stage, and on just a bit of a different level to that of EG in the early game. Regardless of the heroes, apparently.
They are very dominant. Bottom now. Solo going in as it comes out.
VP The rocket barrage and the mass amounts of lockdown. It's going to be close, but it's not quite enough. Wyvern turning up, VP back away. They know they can't continue with the kill. Ramsey's getting slowed down. Splinter Blast connects as well. Crit trying to move in for the crush. Can't quite close the gap. Across the rocket barrage and EG do back away. Neither side losing anyone.
The nighttime howl as well playing in there for Universe. Just that 200 burst of health that he gets.
Haste!
30 for 18 against the 17 for 5.
Look at Solo, he's hasted.
Again. He's moving in. Samael
no TP.
Has had an absolute nightmare with these movements with Solo. 4 heroes surrounding him, and VP again beautifully targeting Samael. 3 times they've taken him down, and when it's a Death Prophet, you cannot afford to get behind. And the fact that this Tinker's getting ahead, this is VP once again making some top-class movements.
Yeah, this is going to be very early boots of travel coming out onto no one here. He's already about 600 gold away. Bottom lane, Ramses, great. Finds the crush. Don't think they can close the gap on him though.
From above.
And there's vision in that bottom lane too. They got the ward behind the tower, so they do see that Fear and Crit are lingering in the area.
Denied.
It's only trying to put more pressure onto Ramses.
Yeah, he breaks the clarity there with the gush. Another one though. Gonna actually commit the call down.
They do get the initial slow. Void as well. The reveal of Fear on the sidelines. Ramses backs up. Solo also having to retreat. TP from Martizi. He's ready to fight. He's ready to chase. He'll turn towards Solo. Solo goes up to the high ground. There's 4 heroes that Solo's trying to do his best to make sure they have to work as hard as possible to get the kill. And they will get it with the crush and crit holding Solo in place. Arteezy does finally get the kill.
Yeah, I think that was like a play to kind of force reaction because they, like we were mentioning, they saw the support sitting behind him, but they tried to commit anyway. So Arteezy gets the kill up, alleviates Pasha top to get much more farm, even though he's been farming excellent up there.
Tower is under
3 of the top 4 for VP again in this early game. Score 3-3 though. EG is punching back a bit. No one level 7 already. Sumel about to hit level 6 though. Massive experience lead, but the Tinker is in a very early position travel, as we mentioned before. 200 gold away from those. And he can get involved. He can look around to join his Night Stalker's rotations to get some kills with that magic damage burst.
I mean, if this Tinker gets ahead this game, how easy is it, would you say, for EG to actually be able to deal with the Tinker that's ahead and catch him out with their lineup?
It will be pretty tough, yeah, because it's really going to be up to Slaughter getting a blue tag early on. Ramsey's bottom. Aggression on him.
3-man cooldown will hold EG back. Solo as well just goes in for a quick poke. We'll back away.
Yeah, it will be pretty tough though to catch the Tinker. They have to be really set up either with aggressive wards on the Tinker wards as we like to call them, or like Winter Wyvern using the flight to get the vision, and a Night Stalker, or a Slaughter with the Blink Dagger.
So they managed to find the side. Pasha and Lil jumping in, looking for Universe.
Oh, it's so close.
Can he get out? He's got the infused raindrop back again. If they go for the nuke, they're chasing. They've got the orb there. Pasha, he'll pop it. Closing the gap, doesn't make the connection with the orb. And
the raindrop, saving him for now. Another right click.
Close. He needs another.
One more.
He needs another.
He's living.
Not gonna get it.
Are those cracks in
Universe?
Lil actually
walk it off.
Lil had the defensive no field on when they initiated that, so the amplified spell damage wasn't there at the beginning when they threw out all their burst spells. I think they probably thought that they had him anyway, but
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last
very
long.
tanky hero. Bottom, Solo.
Who could
Will he get away with the TP?
Oh no! So close. The last millisecond, and Crit gets in with a crit. That was
very close.
Very close.
Transition into a push. Very nice boost for EG. VP though, they are split up on the other side. They are getting their own gains.
Radiant's bottom
heavily stacking actually. We see coming out from Lil's Rubik on the left side there. Triple medium camp.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
That's how it means down.
Radiant's bottom
catches
tower
Sumel back up a bit. So he was struggling, but now he will have those phase boots finished up.
Arteezy as well, top of the network.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The easiest of starts in lane for CS.
Double damage.
Ramsey's of course working towards the Mask of Madness, trying to get the pace going with his farm. They will look to hold this game off whilst EG, they want to keep pressure on and get these early objectives.
Yeah. Getting early towers, it's the same thing we kind of mentioned and touched upon in the last one, is getting these early tier 1s gives you access into those ancients, which is a very important aspect of the farm.
Here we go. Here comes the big bad wolf. Look at Ramsey's mass TP's coming through though. With the cooldown, easy have to back off. They can't dive for the kill. Ramsey's will be allowed to get back into safety. Oh, popped down. They've caught Solo on the side. Pasha goes for the setup. Does he have enough follow-up damage? He's close to bringing down crit. Not quite enough. The rocket flying in will not be enough to finish off crit. So EG do all survive. They don't get that kill on Ramses though. VP doing a good job keeping the gyro up.
Yeah. Arteezy looking pretty scary already so far though. 4,800 net worth, having the book early. He had that DD as well in that fight too, so he just like ran at Ramses and put a lot of fear into him.
Five for 3, Ramses, the mid lane tier 1. DR around.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At the moment, Universe. 7 first major item.
Yep. No ancient stacks on either side just yet. Not for either the Tidehunter nor the Gyrocopter.
Haste!
Too much battling's been going on. Fear now claiming the bottom lane, trying to get his level 6 on that Wyvern.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
They do have the boots to travel. No one wanted to try to do some aggressive move there, but yeah, the wave very close. So nighttime now for about 4 minutes. Solo's going to be during that time. A little bit of a slower pace this time around.
Now, which if anything, as we said, pretty free game.
It will be very dependent though, because now
Dire's
EG can just go
top tower is
ferocious
under
because they have corrosive haze, they have book, and I think that might just be what they're doing here. Big exorcism as well.
People probably won't expect this. See if they head over. Lil just stacking up the ancients. Okay, this looks like to be a total freebie for EG. Smoke into Roche. Not something that people would expect, and if they do, they don't show any sort of
Yeah. We said this was one of their focuses with their draft in the beginning of the game, having this Lycan plus Slaughter combo. It's very easy for them to take those rushes, especially during nighttime when you get the bonus howl. VP though, looking to farm up a bit. The one ancient stack that was there for VP just gets stolen by EG. That what they have in Arteezy looking to get aggressive here with the shapeshift. They're looking for Lil.
Yep, gonna be TP's coming in. Lil falling down low. The corrosive haze and the walls ripping through him. Lil's down. Decided to look towards Solo. Goes up to the high ground. EG have surrounded him though, and with the crusher and crit, they've caught out a second Solo to fall as well.
EG having a much better early game this time around. Still, VP having about a 1k gold lead. But they are playing against an Aegis now, so they have to be a little bit afraid of how they want to take these fights. Ramsey's bottom.
There's no tier 1 tower here. Ramsey's is quite out and alone.
There's no shapeshift though anymore.
It's also very speedy.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
No one is still very farmed though. He has 100 last hits on this Tinker in 14 minutes. Getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger. But Arteezy's still topping that net worth. Almost gonna have a book 3 around the 15-minute mark.
They've got to push, they've got to shove EG. Can't allow VP to settle the pace of this game.
VP wants to punish Arteezy, knowing that he's the highest net worth. Again, a big wraparound on him. Arteezy is in a world of hurt here.
They open up straight in. VP. More than enough damage and control to take down the big bad wolf once he's dead.
And they'll actually stole wolves. That can be pretty significant with the Tinker bots, especially because they're the invis wolves. So he can do a lot of scouting. They can set up for some tight pickups that normally they wouldn't be able to get. Crit. In trouble here. Solo closing the gap.
Easy, he makes one solo kill. At the end, he's going to get it. Crit's down. Solo walks in, takes the kill. Well, we're going to have no one TPing in, but he does cancel it on the wall. Too confident going in against some outfit and University. Will punish Solo. But in terms of obviously resources committed, much easier kill for VP.
Yeah, that was
send one hero in.
I think that was
a
good game for VP for sure. He got a ward down as well right before he made that aggressive play. And Ramsey's doing all this. quietly farming. He's 0-1 and 0, but 106 last hits. Not going to pressure.
Top tower is under attack.
Getting close to his Yasha.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, blink on Pasha, blink on no one. And try to set up for some decent fights. Still no situations where Universe has found an opportunity for Ravage. He has the mech finished on the Tide. RTZ looking to get aggressive here. Looking for somebody.
He's straight in. What about with the Dream Call? Lil steals the Howl. That's with the army chasing him down. To be in trouble. Can they keep this Lycan back off him? They cannot. RTZ finds the kill. Now turns towards Ramsey. Explosive Haze is down on him. RTZ taking a lot of damage. Will get the kill. Very low. He's going to survive.
Yeah, the fall down killed the book. Crit gets cleaned up. No one comes in, gets both of them with the lasers and rockets.
Sumail's still hunting as well behind this tower. He is rather low. Be careful of no one coming back in. Pasha jumps forward. He's able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Sumail. No one's starting to lay down the marching machines from the high ground. Spam as well from the rockets. Won't be enough to kill them as they have got the mech from Universe. Pushing EG back up to full health.
During all this too, Solo is like, good job guys, thanks for the space. I'm Night Stalker, I'm farming bottom. That is one of the issues. That's why we see people pick the Lycan into the Gyrocopter. Not only because when you shapeshift, you can just run him down, but you build book. And Gyro has uncontrollable damage with the flak cooldown and rocket barrage. So killing that book gets killed by the last blow damage. Crit getting closer and closer to that blue dagger for the Slaughter. That's gonna allow EG to be even more aggressive and maybe try to find this Tinker, but no one's been having a very excellent game, as we said a couple times. Now picking up those kills top. He's getting very close to that Aether lens.
I think it is getting a little scary for EG in that sense. These pushes are not going to get any easier with Tinker already absolutely on time with his progression.
Yeah, they've only lost one tower too, so he has a lot more opportunities to farm around the map and push out the lanes safer.
I think it's a big worry for EG. Yeah, they've got to do something soon. As you say, 18 minutes and only taking one tier 1 with this DP Lycan lineup. Whilst VP have the Gyro and the Tinker in very good positions.
Yeah, and Pasha's doing really well on the puck too. His net worth is a bit behind the Tidehunter, but he's got the blink on his way toward Yules too. He has a significant amount of their lockdown. It's pretty much Coil and Rubik's Flip as their ways to kind of halt this Lycan. But RTZ has queued up the BKB as the next choice. So let's just walk out of that Coil. Those heroes down.
Bounty!
And Solo will be going for the Aghanim Scepter on that Night Stalker. Whenever we mentioned it yesterday a couple times, but whenever you're playing versus these blinking heroes like Slardar, etc., just being able to get that urn from a distance on them can be quite nice. This vision game with you. When you have Tinker Gyro, you want to be able to
Dire's
win the
bottom
vision
tower is under attack.
EG aware that they have to keep the pace going. They go for the smoke.
Scan comes out though and it catches them.
Yeah, VP knows something's coming.
Dire's bottom tower
How will
is
they react to it?
falling.
That's the question. No one already lanked on March.
Yeah. RTZ's starting to send more.
They've seen Ramses. Ramses has been left alone. Straight in with the crush. Ramses trying to back up. There's mass TPs coming through. Can they save Ramses? They have the lift. It's not enough. Ramses is down. Pasha don't fall to find the silence onto the Wyvern, but Lil's already gone. EG moving. Claim a second. So even though the scan hits, they knew some sort of a movement was coming in. BP still paying a heavy price for that.
Middle tower could use
get
some
an
help.
easy jump onto the Gyros. Ramses is sort of just left standing all on his own up front.
Yeah, crit with that brand new Blink Dagger.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And the fact that, every time it turns nighttime, sure, BP has some vision, but the double Howl effect plus a mech.
Where did Radiant's middle tower go?
A lot of sustain coming out.
Yeah, the silence, some lasers getting crit down low. EG, they're backing off. They're very low at the moment. There's no sort of extra catch. That's the problem. The Solo actually walks up. EG with their numbers, they'll just turn and take him. Oops, a little bit of a sort of uncharacteristic plays there from VP in the mid lane with those last 2 deaths as they sort of just hand themselves on the plate.
That's exactly the move that you were just talking about that they needed to make. And no one actually, with that ward that they have there, finds the catch onto Crit. He's looking for He's looking for Arteezy too.
Oh, it's close.
He gets fogged for a second though.
Oh, he's been silenced as well. He's in trouble. He has to TP out of there. He's not going to make it.
Arteezy with the just hiding behind that one or two trees right there actually saves his life.
I mean, that would have been super close for no one if he did get the kill onto Artur as well, but getting a little ahead of himself and Sumail quick with a silence. Definitely one of the biggest spells that could cause an issue for the Tinker this game.
EG during that aggressive move they made, they've got some very nice deep aggressive points too. Ramsey's in a lot of trouble here, getting ran down by Arteezy.
It looks like it's easier from Lil to hold back Crip, but indeed it doesn't matter. Ramsey's is gone, and Crip and Arteezy, they're going to look to chase down a second. They'll get Lil as well. I feel like the feed train sort of turned on for VP.
A bit of a blunder for sure. Pasha tries to come in too to clean up Crip, but the shrine gets activated just on time. EG finding these big opportunity kills.
Solo. Careful, surrounded by two of them.
Yeah, they're cursing him so that Sumail can close the gap.
EG. They may just find another. He has got the shrine. With 3 heroes beating down onto him, there's more than enough damage. Arteezy will get killed by Pasha. Up top, Pasha goes in deep, takes the kill. And Pasha actually gets out of that as well, diving in with the Dream Pod, able to burst Arteezy down underneath the tower with the help of Noah.
Yeah, I think no one came up there too. No one gets hit by the wolves. He actually gets used up afterwards. He can't blink.
He goes for this. He's trapped. And that's going to be no one down again. We saw him die down bottom. He heads up top. He goes down again. This is...
Wolves. That time was the wolves. Just hit him. Canceled the blink. Ooh.
Can we have a look at the net? Well, I feel like this has been a lot of kills for EG over that last sort of 2 minutes.
It definitely has.
It's... Look at all those red dots.
They're making use of the momentum. As soon as they got the Slardar Blink Dagger, they've just found kill after kill after kill.
Radiant's top tower is under
VP really hemorrhaging it right now. It's 9-18 and it's still only a 1k gold advantage though for EG, so VP's not in a bad spot by any means.
Getting the man onto Crip, making sure he doesn't get a blink opportunity.
Ramsey's looking to rush a Butterfly as his second item after the Yasha. He still has a good chunk of gold, 3,800. Arteezy pops his ult. He's going for Ramsey's down here. They're just going for the dive, it looks like. No cares. Throws out the purge.
They surround him, and he is getting chunked by the wolf. Ramsey's down again. EG. There was it definitely feels like a few mistakes from VP. EG have built upon that perfectly. They're getting the control and flow that they need with this game, with this Death Prophet Lycan duo core.
Yeah, a lot because like the wording situation that they have. They have a lot of vision around the bottom side of the map, so every time Ramses goes down there, gets punished heavily. Did he actually? I think he bought the Eagle Song before he died though, so I don't think he lost too much gold, but still costly.
Still always the test is going to be for EG if they can eventually break the high ground.
Yeah.
Mention Jara and Tinker.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Regards to their item progression, it's not going to get easy breaking the race.
Arteezy's definitely a problem though, with the BKB already online, top of the net worth. Now he can just walk through that coil, walk all the way on top of the gyrocopter, and there's
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Come back in this one. They've hemorrhaged a lot of kills in the last 5 minutes.
All the pressure feels on Noah. He's just got to keep this game going with his Tinker play.
He's almost 3/4 of the way to that Aghanim, so that'll give him a lot more team fight. Because right now their team fight is very minimal. It's just Gyro and Puck for the most part. And when they're playing versus that really farms the Lycan, it's very hard. He just runs through without any fear. So next item of choice will be that Aghanims for Pasha, so they can actually halt that Lycan a bit with that Dream Coil break.
Asher, moving forward.
Top tower is under attack.
Virtus goes down onto him, looking to lock down this puck. Can they do so long enough? They can. That's going to be Pasha down. Ramses comes in, will pull down onto multiple heroes. EG getting very low. The Rockets fly in, finish off there. Self-heals from Samel. Try and keep himself alive. Quick blink as well to duke out some of the rocket damage. Get the rest of them away, so 1 for 1. We'll be fine with that. Especially if they can get any more. They'll look to go with the ultimate. RTZ wanting to fight, wanting to chase. But EG are low.
They gotta watch out, yeah, versus Tinker in those situations. They got hit by like a 5-man call down, I think. Yep. If Tinker actually had Aghanims there, I think that would have been disastrous for EG. 9 rockets coming out from no one.
Now we're starting to suddenly see the difficulties of pushing into time. Samael coming round again with this haste rune. He does have exorcism, but the rest of his team already backed off, and he will now do so. Gets away. No one keeping the pressure high on the bottom lane. So 500 gold away from that.
Yeah. Little.
Not catch the Tinker to start off with. The amount of high ground defense this machine offers is quite insane.
How's Universe doing? Okay, Universe does have the Blink Dagger now on the Tidehunter. I don't think have we seen a Ravage?
I think we
saw one.
We saw one up top.
Did we?
Maybe not.
Maybe I don't think we've seen one. I don't think he's had opportunity to really get it because of the way that the game has been kind of going on. It's just been like RTZ running at people with grip. Maybe they had one.
I think they were good. They were looking to try and do it up top, but he got silenced.
Yeah.
By the Rift.
Either way, now he has the blink, so he actually can close the gap and join his teammates.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Found by Samael, and Chris there to follow up. Solo is not getting back to base. They'll chase him and try and get himself out. Samael gets the final right. Godlike from the Death Prophet.
From 0-3 on the Death Prophet, now 9-3.
Brilliant recovery from Samael this game.
Yeah. Both the cores on the side of EG. They're stepping it up in their aggression. VP still just trying to get that farm coming out. Night Stalker, 900 gold away from Aghanims. Gyrocopter, set going for the Manta. Tinker going for Hex as the next choice.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Ramses.
Dire's top tower is gone.
Nice.
Just a cold
Free
fog
town for
left
VP.
behind.
Very, very nice indeed.
The AoE damage that VP can pump out if they get a very nice stream coil is pretty absurd. The 9 flags on top of the Aghanims Tinker really hurt. And RTZ has queued up an MKB next to deal with that evasion that he saw on the Gyrocopter.
And that Razor as well, of course, a huge nuisance. Trying to chase for the kills. It'll be very interesting to see how it progresses. I can see this one going long with the way that VP...
No one top. Universe actually commits the round. She's trying to get on him.
If they catch these heroes outside of the base, but no one's still going to be able to TP out. They didn't have any other follow-up. I mean, there's your Ravage, but to no avail in mid lane, Samael. Caught out by Pasha. They've got the call out. Oh, just managed to get the blink off. Heals blink, gets himself out of range. Universe being focused, pops the mech. Chris there with a wraparound from the side. Universe out of mana. Will be forced back by the March Machines and the Rockets. Definitely seeing the struggle of EG when it comes to catching the Tinker at this stage, especially with that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Talent, that extra bit of sustain.
Dire's
they smoke themselves up behind Ramses. They know there's no Ravage. They know the chip is committed to.
Radiant's bottom
pretty
tower.
Now,
Dire's middle tower just went down.
I like seeing the difference in talents that people choose, because I was watching Matu's Lycan, and recently I've been seeing him actually grab the alternative. He's been grabbing the 8 Feral HP regen at 15 and the 16% Feral Impulse damage at 20. So just different priorities. I guess maybe it depends on the game too. In this game, he really wants to have the shapeshift so he can constantly run down that Gyrocopter.
Open the ultimate, RTZ. Ready to head straight down bottom with EG. Crit trying to hunt out for a pick-off with that Shadow Blade.
Yeah, 50% uptime on that like an ultimate now, with that talent and the cooldown reduction.
Sumail be spotted out. Solo in the tree line. They'll drop down the cooldown. Sumail and Universe getting called out. Crit tries for the blink stun. Doesn't catch anyone though. The lasers are out. Suddenly this fight a little risky for EG. They have to respect that. Just how much this Tinker can do if they can't control him.
Yeah. Like, if EG's under ward vision, they start getting hit by like 4 or 5 man rockets and lasers, and it just becomes a really big problem for them. We have a little bit of an audio problem coming in from EG.
Yeah, no one is playing this perfectly.
Sorbonne.
They have to catch the Tinker. Going for a push when VP have their full team alive, I feel like it's going to be pretty much impossible for EG. They have to get pickoffs outside the base.
Yeah. So quick little pause, and we jump right back into it. As the pause finishes, Solo does have the Aghanims finished up, and he has the gem on him. EG is stalking him. Grab, but he does see them before that. He knows there's a ward on that high ground.
We have a crit, comes in, just a one-man crush, immediately gets dragged back with the telekinesis. Cold embraces there from Fear. Nice time for crit. Dream Cold just onto one. The Winter's Curse holds back Ramsey. Missile still flying forward onto crit. The orbs there from Pasha closes the gap on Fear. Fear's down. We're trying to chase for more. The Wolves at the moment sort of slowing down Ramsey's there with the body blocking. They have a homing missile inbound for crit. VP really want to chase. They know that they can punish EG even heavier if they get the lockdown. Missile inbound and will connect onto Crit Sumail. Jumps back in. Look at the Siphon. There's the Ravaging Universe. Catches the puck and the Night Stalker. That's Pasha down. Arteezy pops the ult. Looks towards Lil, but Lil, he steals the ult and he's running away. Some dog-on-dog action as Lil, the puppy, outruns his father. And EG, they've found Ramses as well. They've got the Yule's catch. They'll surround the Gyro. BKB, popped by Arteezy. He mans up, brings down the Gyro. Lil continuing to run himself away. Sumail's hunting. He has the slow from the Siphon. VP, they've lost 3, maybe even 4 with Lil dealing with this army, beating him down. Crit jumps in for the finishing blow. VP lose 4. No one, the last man left alive.
EG's team fight with 5 is still, well, actually that was 4. With the mech and the pipe on the Tidehunter guarding Greaves this time, it's a lot of heal, a lot of sustain, and the Ravage does clip 2 of them. And then the Exorcism starts coming into play. And you see Ramsey's damage in this. He can't get into the fights until he just pump it out. He really needs a BKB so that he doesn't get locked down and reverse it in. That looks to be the next choice of his after that Manta was finished.
Yeah, very, I mean, VP seemed absolutely desperate to fight there. They were just chasing for miles and miles and miles. And that's always going to be risky when you know that the Tide has Ravage. There's always the potential for that sort of turnaround play to come through. So.
And Exorcism too.
Yeah, both of the big ults were available.
Team fights,
VP should have known that, but they still tried to go head first into that fight.
And a pretty rare situation. He's actually looking for Pasha here. They get the curse on him.
They have enough control though. You still get the chance to phase shift. Orb is out. Will be able to make the blink. Crit's hunting.
Ward on the high ground.
Oh, he's got the vision. Pop down the ward. They know where he's at. Pasha with the Dream Core tries to play his way out of there, but a quick gush from Universe. Damage from Crit takes down Pasha. 28-11, 7k lead now for EG.
I think that was the gem that Pasha had as well, because I see Crit holding it now. Or they may have gotten that one from the last fight from Solo, actually.
Oh, but it looks like...
Because Pasha bought it earlier,
okay,
and then he gave it to Solo. So.
Back towards the pit. EG not only finding great team point down bottom, strong pick off up top. They go into the pit with 1 man down on VP. And really the best hero at making some of the Aegis stealing plays. Gone, no puck. EG get this with no trouble whatsoever. That's the Aegis cheese and refresher shard. I imagine that's going to go the way of Uni. The refresher shard. It does indeed. So we are going to see that double Ravage being available. This next push that EG could come in with could have the potential of breaking the base.
Yeah. In a pretty rare situation, I haven't seen it like too much, but Ramses being 1-7 in this game, he is getting incredibly punished from EG's.
I mean, it's as you said, just how well the Lycan conceptually works with the hero against him. Every fight, Arteezy's just been right on top of him. Lycan and Slardar, it's just a nightmare for a Gyro to play.
It really is.
If they're ahead.
Looking at this, Crit on the Slardar has pulled ahead in net worth over Pasha. Fear as well, getting close.
Scouting as well with Arteezy's walls, keeping eyes onto the puck, even getting the first hit bash to Literally rub salt into the wounds from this salty fish.
No one's about to have Hex finished up.
Tinker's still at the top.
Yeah, he's still incredibly farmed. Curse comes out if you're trying to save his life, and he will be okay to keep you out.
As I said before, and I'll say again, it's all on no one.
Yep.
He has to just keep this game going to the point where Ramses is able to get so that 6 slotted, 7 slotted even at this stage.
It's really
just to stall the game. He can't be caught out on this Tinker.
Mostly going to be about these like big high ground defenses.
Certainly starting to build again a significant lead.
They have both Tinker wards up too on the side of EG.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
To watch whenever no one is there. Crit draws a circle around the whole map. He's like, this is our area.
Illusion, smart money.
I wonder what EG's sort of farming up for, because I would imagine with the refresher shot Aegis Cheese, they surely want to do something. I think they're have 4 towards mid.
I think they're just waiting to push in the side lanes. Not any like specific item. Sure, RTZ's close to heart, which will be very nice for them to just like hit the tower back up, heal up, hit the tower back up. Here.
We'll get caught up by the homing missile. No one. He's as well. He's
shadow amuleted.
And they don't have detection.
March could head up. Here has to run away, but it's not.
He gets the crush indeed onto no one. And that's the catch they're after. With no one gone, they know that they can push. Ramses will manage to TP out.
Split second too. Two blink on him with the Yules.
And they're straight down mid. Immediately, EG know there's no Tinker, and the buyback comes out straight away. No one knows he has to be there to defend. You cannot let EG get away with a push whilst he's sitting on the sidelines. But still EG, they continue to stand their ground and go for it. Fortification comes out from VP. Tiffy Tower pulls very low. RTZ puts the ult, Pasha jumps forward, quickly walks back out. They'll get themselves the tower, but with the marching machines laid down, they have to get away. But now, there's this very scary bit of the game. If that Tinker goes down again, does not have buyback available, you see there how EG can easily push the base if there's no Tinker in the game.
Ramses even sells his mask of just the mask that he had, because he disassembled for the butterfly earlier. He sells it for the BKB just because of how defensive on the back foot they are. They need to just like, okay, we really have to defend this high ground here. 15k gold advantage for EG, over a 20k experience lead too. DP really in some trouble. EG now has full map control. No one is very afraid to really port out. He's going to be able to port top for a second here, but it's at quite risk. Like you said, if he dies, the game will go abruptly. He ran down mid.
As you mentioned, heart pretty much there for Arteezy. They've still got the Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard. We'll see if EG are about to go once again.
Aegis gets reclaimed.
Very
shortly. 58 more seconds until that gets reclaimed.
And that Hex is done on no one.
Yep.
22 on the Tinker. Plan is from EG. But 5 down on the bottom half of the map. Okay, take the shrines.
Yeah, they know the glyph's on cooldown too. They want to just try to take advantage.
Yeah, this is the timing when they need to abuse it.
Red Shadow bladed up. They actually see no one.
Oh, and he finds the crush. Straight in Universe immediately with a Ravage follow-up. Have they got the damage? The second Ravage comes through, catching 3, and with no one down. We'll see how much EG can do with this, but this is an absolutely huge opening for them to find here. No Tinker for 90 seconds, and yeah, they'll just tap out. It's game over. Without the Tinker, they cannot hold. EG, they take the series 2-0 against VP.
Yeah, I feel like the game, as soon as Crit got that Blink Dagger, it was just a kill after kill. EG was swinging with their momentum. They got very aggressive wards down. The Wolf usage by RTZ2.